And welcome back to Half Hour Henshin. This week I am still recovering from losing my voice, so if I sound weird, I am very sorry about it. Joining me, as always, is.
DJ Azure, the 2.5D here, TalkTuber.
And man, what an episode did we start with this week?
Oh man, there's
It's.
just there's a lot to talk about this one. We got answers, we got questions, we got more answers, and we got more questions. Okay, I was gonna keep going on with that, but nah.
I mean,
But yeah,
we start off
we got a lot.
simple. They're having more DGP dinner with Ace, and we get revealed that his next wish is to become DGP staff.
Yeah, I'm also loving how like we've been like has been shown over the past couple of episodes is that Samuri is the one that's doing the recap now. It's pretty great.
Yes, I like her recap, especially because she really wants Geets to die. I really
Yeah.
like the fact that they have uh, they have like they're kind of like leaning into the fact that like Ace is doing things not just on a whim. He's kind of just randomly he's like planned it out, but like he's a fox. He's tricky. He's out here like being like, "Oh, I'm totally just having fun." Tee hee. While it's all part of his like master strategy.
Yeah, he's been testing a lot of stuff, which is pretty great. And then we see, we see like the full list of his of his things, and like was it the third one that he had was the world where I could be a star, but we saw that one.
Yeah, yeah. And then we get to see Kawa again, my favorite boy, and he's gambling again.
Yeah,
And oh man, that's what breaks my heart seeing him be like this when he was such a
yeah,
good
but
boy.
we'll get to the reason why as we get
Yeah,
closer to that part.
and oh my god, it was so funny seeing the little kid be like pulling gotcha, and he pulls like a little shitty tanuki, and then his sister's like, "You'll get what you want eventually," and it's like, "Don't say that," you're feeding into his gotcha addiction. No,
I know, right?
I was like,
Like, do you play any gotcha games? Because I stopped. I completely stopped
I
myself.
am someone who has been like I don't know. This is the one thing I'm genuinely like when I saw how expensive gotchas really were, I was like, nah. I currently basically like free to play Cookie Run Kingdom, uh,
Hmm.
but that's just because I like it just I just like setting up production buildings and leaving stuff there. I don't do much, you know.
Hmm.
And but yeah, gotcha can get expensive. I was like, no, you're ruining this kid. And then their bus crashes into the ocean, which I'm gonna be real. I thought they just died.
Oh yeah, same here. But I mean, Kay was on that bus, so there was no way. Also, I love how all the scratcher tickets were flying away too.
Yes, and I also love that they have to put a little bit of style on everything, and so like the
Hmm.
tickets also have little tanukis on them. I'm like, that's good. That's
Yeah,
aesthetically this has been very good. Like they're keeping everything very cohesive. Uh, oh man,
yeah. Then we get Time Fire. I mean, Neon's dad, like basically being very suspicious and like basically just telling the mom to calm yourself down.
yeah, like it's being handled. Don't worry about it. And I mean, I don't know. I don't disagree with the philosophy that like sometimes the only way to grow is from like a dangerous situation. But like,
Mhm.
bro is so fishy.
Yeah.
And then we get some
And
neon
then we get
names.
a. But yeah, I love the answer that we got here too. The Neon versus the Neon and Ace talk, and then we find out that yeah, he has been playing the game for a while, and one of the things that he's trying to find out is why is his a wish for wanting to see his mom not available?
Yeah.
Like
Because
crazy.
she's like, if you just want to find your mom, can't you just wish to find your mom? And we find out that like there's stuff that like the DGP will flat out like reject. It will just not write it into the wish.
Yeah, and the way they did it too, it's like it's very glitchy and just gets erased. Like it's insane.
Yep. And then they all get called over. I do love seeing. I love this little old man writer. I love Punk Jack just with his arm over him.
Yeah. Oh man, but what do you think is going on with that? Like do you? Because definitely, if it's like I want to see my mom. So it's like he's basically been testing out the power like of the DGP. Like, you know, like, oh cool, I can make them my family. Oh cool, they could grant me letting me become one of the staff. Oh, they could let me play the game until I die. Oh, yeah, like pretty much all of his wishes are like basically just testing what the limits are of the wishes, and yet somehow the simple wish of wanting to see his mom is unavailable.
Yeah, so my thoughts is because one of the big themes in Kamen Rider in general is that like the power from the bad guys is also the same power the good guy used to fight them, you know? It is like
Mhm.
the person who uses the power is really what makes it, but it always comes from quote unquote the same source. My
Mhm.
thoughts is that the DGP is just an organization who like maybe uses that power, but they're not. There's something like behind them or beyond them that they can't
Yeah.
control. Uh,
Yeah.
and I mean, with something like that, either she's gone, you know, beyond where the DGP has any control, or you know, she's been lost in a way that we'll
Yeah.
talk later.
Yeah, or in a way that I could. Oh, that's right, that reveal.
Yeah,
Oh man,
yeah,
I can't
yeah.
wait to get to that one. But
Yes.
what I'm also thinking too. Oh man, it's like I almost erased like what I was trying to say in my head. Um, what could also be the thing too is that that is Ace's actual truest desire, and they won't grant that because, like you said, you know, it might be like a power source of some sort. Desire is a power source, and if that's Ace's truest desire, they can't grant that because if he gets that wish, then they lose out on all of that, you know, desire energy, quote unquote. Then maybe so like and if that's the case, then basically Keiwa's wish for world peace might not be his truest desire, and Neon's wish to find love might not be her truest desire either. Like I bet you if like Neon had something like I want to be free from my family, like that might be like the wish that would get erased for her
Right,
potentially.
right. Because I heard some people talking. Because I will say, I like the way Neon's wish takes place, but especially I think this was like an episode or two ago when we saw the new girl come in, and her wish
Mhm.
was just I want to get married to my idol. I was like, man, the only two girls so far that like are getting screen time, and you have to make both of their wishes like love related. You know, it's
Yeah.
like okay, okay, you know, whatever. You know, obviously she died immediately. She wasn't like an important character, but it's
Hmm.
like I do think that maybe it's something like that where maybe they do want something more concrete, and
Hmm.
maybe if they have their true wish, you know, because people talk about like desire is something that keeps us going. So maybe if they
Hmm.
lose that desire, they'll lose the power to keep going.
Hmm.
Uh, but then we get to round two, Labyrinth's Escape. The Jamatos have made basically like a sub labyrinth
Yeah,
dimension.
they use that chateau for a lot of things. I don't remember exactly like where I oh wait, actually wait, talking about that, just the way everyone's panicking, but but Ace is just crossed arm falling.
Ah,
Also,
yes,
Samuri falling with them too is also freaking hilarious.
yes.
Samuri is still going through it.
Yeah. Samuri has not escaped, and then basically they team up with the civilians, who
Hmm.
basically they each have to pair up with a civilian. And like, okay, one of the things that I think has been the most brilliant so far this entire season that we've gotten has been I really like Buffa, and I really specifically like the fact that while he hasn't said anything, you can clearly see like the change in his character as like
Hmm.
he seems to care more, especially like in those episodes where like Keiwa was like really beat up. You could see
Hmm.
like the concern in his face and stuff. And even
Yeah.
here, when people were getting matched up, and there was the guy who was like, "Oh, let me pair up with you know Neon because he's pretty," and he just kind of holds him back and grabs him. That felt like very like
Hmm.
brotherly to me, you know. And I feel
Yeah.
like the Buffa from episode one would have not done that at all.
Yeah.
Like,
Makes sense.
so it's really nice seeing his character development be done so subtly, but like so
Hmm.
well. And then I love seeing the cute interactions with the kids and Neon and Ace. I love seeing the
Yeah.
old man with Keiwa. Uh,
Hmm.
Jack teams up with Samurai, and then we get to the big thing, Jamato Riders.
Sorry, I'm still laughing over just how Samuri's like, "Ugh, I have to be paired with Punk Jack when he says, oh, "Okay, baby,
Oh yeah,
I am."
the okay baby was really good.
Yeah.
I just think it's really funny that he's like like an undercover op or whatever. He's like an employee
Yeah,
for the thing. But then when he's like around, people like, all right, baby, let's go. It's like, oh, he's so funny. I love Punk Jack.
yeah. It's Punk Jack's great. But man, Jamato Riders. Oh wait, actually no. Even before that, the super cool circle pan.
Henshin, yeah, that was good
Yeah,
too.
circle pan Henshin with all of them.
Yeah, it was done really well. We get to see the fucking Jamato's Henshin, which is
Hmm.
really sick. Uh, Ace keeps doing his thing of just like borrowing people's shit. He just takes beat, and he uses a new side to it, the Thunder Element one.
Yeah, and after that, he actually pressed two buttons to do beat, which is pretty great.
Yeah.
Oh, also want to know something funny. So I learned that apparently Bandai has not sent their domestic stock. I think it is to American distributors. So that explains why I still have not gotten my Desire driver yet.
Rip.
Why I still have not gotten I still haven't got my Desire driver. Still haven't gotten my Magnum. But you know what's funny though? The site that I bought the Ninja buckle from, I bought the beat axe. Guess what I have in my room right now?
Oh, that's sick. That's great.
I have the beat axe, and I was just thinking about it because we just saw this being
Yeah.
used.
Beat Axe is pretty sick. They keep fighting
Mhm.
people. I do like kind of the like extra mechanic of whenever the Jamato are near, the like hostages get choked out.
You know what's funny about that? I was watching a buddy play. I'm watching a buddy play Dead by Daylight. So it's basically like the heartbeat. It's like the heartbeat mechanic where it's like you could hear the radius of the terror radius of the killer getting near you by how fast the heartbeat is getting.
That's pretty sick, yeah.
Yeah, so it's very very gamey with the idea that it tightens around them.
Yep. And then we get to see the Game Master give them boosts,
Yeah,
special items, which is really fucking funny because he just like fucking drops them out on the floor basically. Like he just like, legit drops them and like Jamato start picking them up.
hmm and then we get I don't know if it's the biggest reveal or like there were so many reveals in this episode, but like we get like the first big reveal, which was there's a dude growing fucking Jamato.
Yeah, and he's someone like above the DGP because the Game Master called him and he doesn't even answer. I also noticed someone started noticing that like they're called Jamatos, but they also kind of sound like tomatoes.
Oh, makes sense. Oh man,
He's
but
growing
like
tomatoes. But then
yeah, but the implication of the bag full of broken ID cores.
Yep, that he is
That
like,
is
growing writers into Jamatos
yeah,
is tough.
that is insane. Also, but make sure you buy your cracked ID core on P Band.
Are they doing the cracked ID cores?
They most likely will. Like anything that's like it's like super cool like that, they probably will put on P Bandai. Cause oh man,
I was
like
thinking once I got an ID core, because I think I've told you that I've made resin dice before. I was thinking once I get like a single one, I could just like mold. I could make a mold and just start making like resin cores.
ooh, that would be super cool. Oh man,
But
yeah,
but then they start trying to figure something out with the words in the painting because they need a code to get out.
hmm
They're trying to figure out the words. Neon finally tells Ace that she thinks her dad has something to do with it. We see Punk, Jack, and Samira find one of the special items. And then they start rearranging stuff. And then Buffa finds out that they're trying to kill Geets. And bro, this is what I'm worried about because like after that we haven't seen Buffa we don't see Buffa for the rest of the episode, and I'm just worried.
I didn't even think about that.
Because like that happens, and I'm like, we don't see the three of them for the rest of the episode. I'm like, oh my god, did they just kill Buffa off screen? But then we get to see everyone's hiding. Everyone is bad. Kay was really depressed, and Neon and Ace talk about like the main thing that we've been talked about last episode, where about how Kay wasn't acting like himself, but Ace reveals to us that if you get removed from the DGP, if you lose the desire that you entered, which is, I think it's cool. It's like you're gambling your desire in order to make it come true, but you lose it if you lose. That's
Yeah.
pretty nice. But it also
Yeah, like
explains everything.
yeah, it's also crazy because it's basically a bet. Like it's framed as it's definitely framed at like when they first like it's so deceptive because when you join the game they say, oh yeah, we'll grant any wish you want, like yeah, so write down your desire, and then people say their desire, and now we know that they're basically betting their desire. So that's why Nago basically isn't trying to find freedom anymore because she doesn't want to find love, and
Yeah, and
or
also
yeah,
like
yeah, she didn't want
one
to
of the
find love.
biggest things, going back to what you said, maybe that's why Ace couldn't do his wish, because even if they because maybe there's nothing they can do to take away his desire to find his mom, because it's become
Oh, I didn't think about that part.
such like an encompassing part of his personality at this point after so many years.
Yeah. Oh man, you saying it like that, it might almost be like the reason why Monica is so powerful because of what Homura did by accident. If you
Well,
watch
yeah,
Monica,
yes.
yeah,
I mean, yeah,
it's like
basically Monica becomes so powerful because Homura makes her the singularity by going back so many times.
and then we get to see what Fever does, and Fever seems to be our first like small upgrade because it doubles up their other buckle.
Yep. And then also we get to see the old man. You know, I love him. We get to see
Yeah.
him like try to protect Kayla, be like, I must protect them. And then he like gets the absolute snot beaten out of him by one of the Jamato riders. Like, I'm gonna be honest, I thought he died.
Yeah, same here. The other joke too that people were saying is that it looks like Propeller is the new armed arrow with the near death, or like at least death for the I want to marry an idol girl last episode. Wow, I don't even remember her name.
Yeah, yeah. The only thing about that is I kept thinking like, oh, does that mean Buffa forgot to give him back Ninja? He just took that.
Maybe.
I don't even think he meant to.
Yeah, and then after
And then the old man talks about how he doesn't want to die before the young people. He wants to at least protect them because he's lived long enough. We get to see Fever, which is cool. He uses Fever with Boost. The double up is very cool. I can't wait to see it with other buckles.
Yeah. Oh man. And then he basically goes all Devil May Cry 5.
He really does. But then in addition, dude, that like kick battle with the Jamato where it like freezes up and goes around him with
yeah.
I love it when the little bike like Fox shows up. He's very good.
Oh man. And then after that, and then we get an Akira slide from Geets.
Yep.
Yeah, that oh god, that's so sick. And then and then we get the rule, which is one of the reveals that we got here, which was
yep. And also like man, even now like the fucking boost buckle is like aiming for Kiowa.
Yeah.
And he's like starting to vaguely remember, which is cool. Then we get the reveal, and then you get to see the Desire driver from the Jamato get picked up by the next guy, and he just puts it on and he transforms again.
Yeah.
Which is, continuing to be insane. I also really like that with the transformation, part of the vines come like from inside him.
Oh, it's so insane.
Yep. But, the rules of the DGP, they will also lose their motivation, driving them to their original wish if they lose. That's insane. We get to see the preview. They're still trying to figure out how to solve the Jamato puzzle. At some point, Geets gets Magnum again. Him and Punk Jack maybe face off. We do get to see Buffa for a bit, so that had me less worried. And you get to see Keiwa holding what looks like a driver. And then you get to see him holding the Ninja Buckle, which has me hyped. But also with his bad luck with the lottery, maybe the because you get to see a bunch of different people using the boost, the what's it called? What was the new bolt called?
Fever, yeah,
the Fever buckle. But yeah,
and
with the full outfit is going to be super sick.
Yeah, and I mean, like that also concerns me too because the one person that isn't in there is the old man. So,
bro, I'm so scared about the old man. I'm so scared. I really like him. I gonna be completely honest. I thought he died. Like they like punched the shit out of him.
They did. Yeah, now that he does have like the blooded face and all that
I'm
stuff.
so scared. But, oof.
Man, yeah, that episode was really good. But actually, no, I didn't think about that. Because it is a bet. It is a bet. Like, yeah, what could they do to take away, or at least a desire to see his mom, or is it so powerful that it cannot be taken away?
Yeah, that's more along the lines of what I'm thinking about. But I also like the thing that you said where maybe it's like, maybe it can't be their true desire because if they lose that, they don't have enough power to power. Because obviously, like the writer's desires are powering something because that's how he's able to grow the Jamatos. I don't know if that's just
Hmm.
from their ID cores like storing the desires or what.
Hmm.
Oh man,
Yeah. So,
it
yeah,
is.
it is intense.
It is intense. On a lighthearted note, I think I'm on like episode 31 of Don Brothers now.
Oh, you are so close now.
Yeah, I think by next week I'll have probably ended up being caught up. Uh, but I finished up on the episode where well they had sealed Muramasa, and then they had decided to go fight the cat bestials, but then Geets found out from Miho, or the one guy's not really his wife, that they make copies of the guys that they copy, and if the Jutos die, that those people
Hmm.
will also die. So he's decided to not kill them,
Yeah.
especially because
Oh, man.
the Don family is responsible for making them.
Yeah, and then I think that's also yeah. You said you ended at 31. That means you saw the episode where yeah he was trapped in in the body of Eno brother, right? I think, or I forgot. It's
Uh, are
oh
yeah,
no no, I remember. It's like we got another bait and switch of them trying to find out who Eno brother is. That's what it was.
yeah.
That's what
No,
the
I don't know if I've seen that yet. The last thing I saw with Inu brother was the one where he accidentally like uh, broke like a dog's like memorial, and so he got cursed, and he was stuck as Inu brother, and then he turned
Mhm.
into like a real ass, like not CG dog,
Yeah, it was. Oh man, that was hilarious.
and then
I
he got
love
saved
that.
because they redid the thing, and then he was just like
Hmm.
eating dog food with this girl.
Yeah, man, and it's still the funniest thing because he is still the most sane member of the Don Bros.
Yeah, I still really like when they kidnapped Haruka's aunt. That like they were just like feeding her good food, and she's just like, these are all these pretty boys. If I had to rate this kidnapping, it'd be first class. And I'm like, this is why your niece is so fucking weird. It's because of you.
I saw that, and I remember on Twitter everyone was making fun of that. Like, man, what is wrong with these people?
I mean,
That was so funny.
if you're gonna be kidnapped, like, yeah,
Yeah, it was just really funny to see that, and like she even does like they even do the whole like like sneaky smile like pan close up on her face just
yep,
like Haruka did.
yep. They
It was
demote.
so
It's
funny.
very good. It's very good. I still really have no idea what's going on in that show.
Oh no, don't worry. No, no, no one does. I mean, we're no, no. I was just saying, yeah. Well, I mean, we're getting some ideas. No, 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 no. We're not. No, we're
Well,
not.
we'll see how it pans out. Hopefully, I don't know. We'll see how it pans out. I just know I've been enjoying it very much. I've been enjoying this and Geets very much. It has been, oh man, it has been very very good. It's been jam packed, but not of just like random things. It's actually all of it is like built up and made sense as each episode progresses. Even when they
Hmm.
don't go places you think they will, you're starting to like feel the cohesion. And like when you think about it after you see the latest episode, you're like, oh, that totally makes sense. We're starting to see it built up. It's one of those
Hmm.
things where like a good mystery needs to have all the parts for you to have solved it. And then
Hmm.
when you see it solved, you're like, oh, that's how it all clicks together.
Yep. I, I love mysteries like that. I think those ones are called fair play.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
yeah,
because
fair play. I think that's the trope.
there's something like that where you can solve it with all the information you have.
Hmm.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. Some of the other mysteries like can be really frustrating because it's like, okay, well, there was no way for me to have known any of this.
Hmm. but yeah, I'm loving all these reveals we're getting because like yeah, we're getting more stuff.
Yep.
That's all
And I
that
want
matters.
yep,
And
and I
yeah,
want to see the fever suits. Because I know you were talking about them doing like double sided, like if they would do like a magnum plus a magnum to do the full suit,
yeah,
but it looks
that's
like
what.
they don't need them. They just need fever.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they did that because and we could tell because they just have the gold scarf, but he did have the armor on top and
Yeah.
bottom.
I wonder if they're all gonna have the gold scarf or they'll be like different color scarves.
I think we did see that they all were wearing gold scarves.
Okay, I don't think I remember,
Yeah.
but that makes sense. I mean, the buckle's gold.
hmm Yeah, but and it looks like that's gonna be our first like I said, our first
Like big upgrade.
yeah, our first upgrade. Yeah, we still haven't gotten like like a massive upgrade where they basically spend like where they pretty much build up to it. But yeah, we haven't
Yeah.
gotten anything like that yet.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's good. We'll see how it goes. Uh,
Hmm.
Still, oh my god, still so excited about it. I want to see what Punk Jack is planning. It it is very funny seeing a character who literally didn't say anything, and we were like, "Oh, is he gonna be the stoic, silent type?" And he starts talking, and he's literally like the wildest motherfucker around.
Oh man, he's great. He's great.
He's insane,
hmm
and I can't tell how much of it is literally just like a play, because he's like messing around. And Samura is like, "Isn't that cheating?" And she's like, "Do you want to stay his sister?" And he's like, "No."
Yep, so Murray is still going through it, which makes me excited for next episode because I want to see if they're gonna keep doing with this whole like yeah, Murray has to deal with this shit
Well,
type of deal.
yeah, and I mean, with the opening and with how Geats started, I had originally thought that maybe like the last boss would be Samure and the DGP itself, kind of
hmm
thing. Because obviously, it seemed like, oh, they're putting the Dramatos out there, they're doing stuff, but it seems like they're not at all in control of that, really. And so that even maybe has me hoping for like a Samure like hero turn.
Maybe, yeah. Like in case they don't want to reveal like the true villain this early.
Yeah, but I have no idea. It is, man. It has been some good episodes. I know basically
Yeah.
every time we've talked about it, it's been like I want next week's episode already, and like that is how it feels because they're just good.
hmm
Oh man, this is the only thing where I get a little bit scared because some of the different arcs in shows can be very like different, like wildly in quality. So I'm just hoping that like we don't have this like super amazing first arc and then like the rest of it sucks.
I mean, I don't think that's gonna happen right now because like if a it depends. It depends on what they choose to do from here. But yeah, we'll see because that reveal of like who is this old guy that's that has a
Oh,
bunch of broken ID cores.
that's one of my favorite tropes when like the big bad guy like you show up and you're expecting someone and it's just like a little old guy
hmm
and he just seems
Man,
to
yeah,
be growing his
so many shows have
plans.
done that.
Yeah, I think it's good. I think having someone be unassuming, it's like it's hard to think of them as being evil, but I think with some of them, it even like maybe helps even more because like you see someone so unassuming and you're like, well, they can't be that bad, they're still like a guy. But then
hmm
like you hear them talk about like their motives or what they want to do, and you're like, this person is not considering human life at all.
Yeah.
Or especially they do this sometimes when like the enemy is in some way alien or like a different species, and they're like, their sense of morality has nothing to do with what we find good.
Oh man, yeah, it's just a lot of wonder as to what we're
Yeah.
gonna do.
Also, Jamato babies are ugly as fuck.
Yeah, they always did look really really weird, but
Bro, but the fact that they have like little arms and like hands, but then their feet are like fingers. They have like a little fingernail. That was I was looking at him. I'm like, oh, I don't like him. I don't like him at all.
yeah, and we're just gonna find out more and more, which makes me wonder because I mean, we are now what is it 4 weeks away from Christmas now at this point.
Uh,
I wonder what our Christmas episode is gonna be.
yeah, just about. I mean, technically, there's still one more in November, so like five.
Yeah, true,
'Cause
true.
the 29th, or the next Sunday, it'll be the 27th, and then yeah, we'll have 4, 11, 18. Oh, and the Christmas episode literally falls on Christmas. It'll be a Sunday Christmas.
Ooh. Yeah, okay, so yeah, that one's definitely getting skipped, I think. Or actually I'm not sure. No, I think we do get episodes on New Year's. So we're gonna have a actual New Year's episode. So we'll see if they end the game in 4 weeks.
Yeah,
We'll
and then
see.
yeah, 4 or 5, and then yeah, because then it'll be 25th, and then next Sunday will be the first, literally. So, oh man, that'll be intense. Some holiday Common Rider.
Yeah, every like everyone that's watched like Kamen Rider Exade, and it didn't happen as much in Kamen Rider 01, which who shares the same writer as Geats. It's like we didn't see it there, but Christmas has been always a time of bad things happening in Rider.
Yeah, so I hear.
Yeah, I'm really hoping we get some sort of insane thing that makes us all. Why did you do this cliffhanger for
Yep,
2 weeks?
yep,
I mean, technically, we did have it with because of the relay race for we had to wait for 2 weeks, but
yep. And
yeah,
so,
we'll see. We'll see.
So we'll see how that goes. But with
Hmm.
that, our time is basically up. Thank you as always for joining us. I'm sorry about my voice. Hopefully that'll be better for next week.
Yeah, and yeah. Oh man, that's right. We didn't even get to talk about some of the bigger news this week.
Yeah. I mean, that
Yeah,
stuff is news, but it's also very sad, and I think it's maybe best to just
yeah,
you know say
yeah.
rest in peace and not like try to make a big deal about it just for the show, because it's sad. I'm legitimately really bummed about it. But anyway, thank you so much for listening, guys. As always, any questions, theories, or anything else, halfhourhenshin@gmail.com. I have been Sleepy Witch. Thank you for joining us on this journey of Tokusatsu, and as always, I'm joined by.
DJ Azure, the 2.5D here, talking tuber.
All right, I'm going back to Pokemon. I haven't had too much of a chance to play. I need to actually go.
Oh man, yeah. I mean, I've only played it for about like 8 hours so far, but yeah.
Gotcha. And with that, goodbye.
Later.